Hey guys, what is up? I know I've been gone for a very long time. I didn't plan on doing that. It was not my intention to do that, but here I am. I'm back. I don't know if this means I'm back for good. I know that I am going to try to keep posting to YouTube, but a lot has been happening in my life, and I'm gonna get into it a little bit while I put on some makeup. I'm going to my first ever event. I would say post-pandemic, but we're still in the pandemic. So this is gonna be interesting. This is a Kimchi beauty event. This is my first time going to a Kimchi event. I recently got some of their products. I've already used some of them and created a look that I posted on Instagram and TikTok. I don't remember. I'm trying to post more on TikTok, so be sure to follow me there. I'm definitely going to be posting a lot of little mini tutorials on there just because it's so much easier to create. It's so much easier than editing a YouTube video, which takes forever, which is why I haven't been posting here. But anyway, first event. I'm excited, kind of still scared. I haven't been really leaving my house except to go to work, so this is interesting. I still have quite a bit of COVID anxiety whenever I leave the house. This is going to be an outdoor event, which is why I'm going, but anyway, I've already done my face and brows, as you can tell, and I'm not going to explain what I'm doing makeup-wise. I really just want to talk about why I've been gone. So I'm gonna get straight into it, gonna get started, because I gotta go. So if you follow me on Instagram, you'll kind of know why I've been gone. I've kind of posted about it, I've talked about it in my stories, and I also kind of had stopped posting on Instagram, and now I'm slowly back to it. But basically a lot of stuff has happened, and time just kind of got away from me. I know I was supposed to post another video, which was the drag look, following my previous video, and I've been meaning to edit it so I can post it, but I can't find the hard drive that it's on, which is a big problem. So I'm still looking. I'm still gonna post that video. It's like halfway edited. It's like almost done, but I just need to find it. And the main reason things kind of got away from me is because we moved. Still in LA, still living in LA. But we moved and I stopped posting so that I could pack and do all that. And it was like a very long process, and we're still not fully unpacked since we moved to our new place. And so it's just been a lot to deal with. If you've moved, you know how much it sucks. And I absolutely hate packing and unpacking. But more than that, I've always said that like I'm not a full-time influencer or content creator. I only do it on my time off, and I just have not had time off. I feel like productions are overcompensating for not having been able to film during the pandemic. So during the month of like August, I was so busy working on set as a makeup artist. I've worked on 2 films, a bunch of other stuff, music videos, things like that. And so I just like have not had time off. Another reason I haven't filmed, like right now I'm in my office. I have an office space now. We live in a house now, which is amazing, but my office space is a mess. And so even like finding a spot to put my camera and light was already like a lot to deal with, and trying to like clear out the background so that you don't see the mess that's behind me. Right now you can kind of see my printer right there, but that's it. So just like figuring out the logistics of creating content has also been a struggle and why I haven't done it. But now I'm trying to get back to it, especially because we're in the spooky season now. So the look I'm doing right now isn't necessarily Halloween, but it is going to be quite dark and like vampy. So I think it's still appropriate. And obviously I know you guys are gonna ask, am I doing Pompoween this year? Not quite. I won't be doing Pompoween as you know it. I won't be giving you an X amount of looks this month, but I am going to try to do some Halloween looks because I have to. I mean, I can't not. So I will be coming out with Halloween looks, don't you worry. But it's not going to be a whole production. It's not going to be like 13 videos or whatever. It's just not feasible. I'm gonna try to do once a week. Like I'm gonna try to go back to my old posting schedule of once a week. So hopefully, fingers crossed. I had also paused my Patreon for a bit while I was away from YouTube and away from everything. I paused my Patreon so people weren't getting charged and I could take a break. And now I'm back, and I'm also going to be posting content there. So for right now, I'm just trying to take it easy. I'm just trying to, you know, get back into the groove of things, and it's hard. Not gonna lie, it is hard. Oh, I think I forgot to mention I'm using all Kimchi products right now. I'm using this palette, and I just did some brown going in with the black. But if you do follow my Instagram, you'll have seen, whoa, this is a really intense black. You'll have seen that I started tattooing. Finally! I know I've mentioned it here, or at least I think I have, that I was like practicing how to tattoo. I started practicing in December of 2019, and I finally got myself an apprenticeship. I am so happy. I'm tattooing in a private shop in East LA, and I'm apprenticing under my friend Elizabeth. She is so awesome, and I am just so grateful to her for this opportunity. So on Instagram, I have been posting all the tattoos that I've been doing. So if you're in LA and you want to get tattooed, just hit me up. And because I'm doing that, and that's the one thing that has me like really excited and really inspired right now, is tattooing. I kind of want to combine it with the Halloween content that I create this month. So I've had an idea of creating looks and then creating a tattoo design to kind of go with or to match the look, and then have someone get that tattooed. That would be the goal, but even if no one gets it tattooed, I still want to create like a tattoo design and a look that kind of go together. So even though I won't be doing Pompoween, I will be doing that, which I am very excited about. Other than that stuff, that's been pretty exciting. I mean, the move was exciting, although like moving sucks. It still was a very positive thing. I'm glad we moved. Tattooing has me so happy, just so happy, because when I was a kid, when I was a teenager, I wanted to be a tattoo artist, and my parents were like, absolutely not. So they vetoed it, and I had to find something else to do with my life, and then I got into makeup and whatnot. But I've wanted to do this since I was a child. And then a couple of years ago, I was like, I'm almost 30. I can do what I want. And so I started learning how to tattoo, and I'm just so happy. I feel really fulfilled, and I'm just like so excited to tattoo. I'm like trying to book as many as I can. But yeah, that has kept me very happy. But with all these happy changes, there have also been some very sad changes as well. There have been deaths in the family and family emergencies and things like that. And it's been rough. It's sucked, which is another reason I haven't been on. So, you know, just life has happened. And also not editing videos, like actually having time off for myself, has made me incredibly happy. Before, I would basically just edit videos all day, every day. I wouldn't have any actual like spare time. So I've been able to do things that I haven't been able to do in a really long time, like just taking time for myself and to learn new things. Like I picked up roller skating, and that has been so fun. I'm still terrible at it, but I've been trying to skate every week. I'm, you know, trying to learn something new, and it's been terrifying and exhilarating at the same time. I kind of feel like a little kid again. So it's been nice to be able to, you know, do things that aren't work related, which before I was either working on set or creating content. There was kind of no me time. So while I am coming back to YouTube, I still want to take time for myself every week to do something that's just for me and to just relax. So yeah, I'm gonna try to balance, you know, things out. And now I'm sorry I can't zoom you guys in more. You're already as zoomed in as you possibly can be, but my camera is much further away from me now than it was because my desk is huge. It's like so deep, but I just bought a different stand that I can put on my desk so that the camera can be closer. So I'm trying to figure it out. Still trying to figure out the whole setup. I've currently got an extra set of lights here, which I've never used before, but I'm also missing the light behind me, which I had before. So still figuring it out. Like this layout is going to change quite a bit, I feel. It always takes some time figuring out a new space, but I'm really excited to use this. I know I said I wasn't going to be talking about the makeup, but this is the Kimchi Chic Diamond Charts in Blackout, and it's the reason I'm kind of doing a smoky vampy look, is so that I can use this on my lids. Oh, that is so pretty. That is ridiculous how pretty that is. I do need a brush so I can blend this out. So yeah, just a lot of life changes, which is why I haven't been on here. And also just like general burnout. I know a lot of people have left YouTube. Like a lot of my YouTuber friends have left, and I know that things are changing here on this platform. I don't plan to leave just yet. I still like YouTube. I still, I miss doing this. It's just a lot of work. And a lot of people have said like, oh, why don't you hire an editor or whatever? And I really, really wish I could, but I barely make money from making videos, like barely make money from making videos. It's not even enough to pay an editor to edit my videos, so it's just not worth it. So it's not something that's feasible for me, although I very much wish that it was. So this is really pretty, but I have a feeling that it might transfer here in the middle. So I'm gonna wait, and I think I'm going to add like a shimmery shadow on top of this. I'm gonna wait for this to dry a bit. But yeah, how have you guys been doing? I've been getting a ton of messages on other platforms asking me to come back to YouTube. So I'm sorry that I left without like saying anything. It just happened. I didn't plan for it. Okay, I decided to bring this all the way into the inner corner to make it like real dark and vampy. But yeah, I don't know what else to say. Also, a lot has been happening in just like the film industry in general. If you haven't heard about the IATSE strike, man, there's actually a rally happening today, which I might be going to after the event. The working conditions in Hollywood are honestly awful. Like, a normal workday is like 12 hours is the minimum. A normal workday is like 14, 16 hours, and a lot of people don't get paid overtime, so they end up making below minimum wage, and it's just, the conditions are just awful. And it's a lot to get into right now, but basically there's one union that kind of represents all the workers that aren't actors, directors, and writers. Those all have separate unions, so anyone else that's in a union falls under the IATSE union. And every 3 years, IATSE renegotiates their contract with the big studios, with their lawyers. And right now, negotiations were happening, and they were asking for livable wages, enough rest time, because sometimes you'll get offset and then you have to be back on set in like 5 hours. I don't know. So living wage, reasonable rest, weekends off, and being able to eat, because they don't always allow you to stop for lunch, and then they pay a meal penalty. And basically IATSE was asking that the penalties be higher so that it stops the studios from just wanting to pay the meal penalty instead of having people eat. And what the studios were wanting was to eliminate the meal penalties altogether, which then gives them no incentive to let us have lunch. So basically they were trying to take away our meals. They were trying to take away a lot of things, and the union said no. So now they are voting on a strike authorization. Now, the union can't just strike because of the strike that happened in the 40s in Hollywood. The working conditions were awful, even worse than they are now, and there was a huge strike, and then the government passed a law saying that the union wasn't allowed to strike anymore. So that's why they're voting for an authorization to strike. So it's super dumb. But anyway, that's what's happening right now. I'm personally not in the union, but I am working towards it. Like, that is my ultimate goal as a makeup artist, is to join the union so that I can work in Hollywood, on films, on TV shows. And even though I'm non-union, what happens in union productions kind of sets the tone for all other productions. Basically, everyone kind of mimics what the unions do. So it affects everyone. So that's happening right now. And if you want to kind of learn more and just read accounts on how horrible the working conditions are in Hollywood, I highly recommend checking out the IA Stories account. This is an account that started like a month or 2 months ago, and people have been sharing stories anonymously about the conditions of working on set, and everyone thinks that Hollywood is this glamorous thing and we're so lucky to be working in Hollywood, but that's not the case. It's one of the richest industries in the world, and they're barely paying people to work in it. People who are highly skilled at their jobs. So it's just really awful what's happening, but hopefully there will be actual change within the industry, because what's happening right now is historic, and I'm hopeful. I'm hopeful that there will be positive change in the industry. So that's another thing that's been going on kind of in my life, but at the same time, not really. This is something that, affects a whole lot of people here in LA. A lot of my friends are union, so, you know, just worried about everyone. I know I said I was gonna put an eyeshadow on top to kind of stop it from creasing, but I think I'm just gonna go in with the Fenty Beauty How Many Carats Diamond Bomb because it has a similar sparkle to what's going on here, and hopefully that'll just kind of hold it in place and won't allow it to move so much, but won't change kind of the sparkle that's going on. It does add like an umph, which is nice. Ooh, and I think I'll use that on my brow bone as well. So yeah, strike. What else? Oh man, it's just so much going on. And we're still in the pandemic. Ugh. It's like a tweet I saw the other day that was like, it would be so cool to live in precedented times. Because I am sick and tired of living in unprecedented times. It's not fun. I'm also gonna add this to my inner corner. Just kind of all over, really. And I'll do my brow bone. I know this is a very extra look for like a daytime event, but listen, it's my first one, so I'm kind of gonna go all out. And I wanted something a little bit ooky spooky. I was planning on doing a different look, but I just kind of ran out of time to do that one because it involved like gems and all that. So I might still do it, just not today. Okay, I'm gonna finish up the look. I still need to do like eyeliner, lashes, and all that. I'm gonna do that off camera. I'm going to go in with the Taylor Get Glow. Is it Taylor? Thaler? I don't know. Probably Taylor. Also by Kimchi. I think I'm going to use the darker one to kind of give my cheek a little bit of color. I didn't do any blush. I'm still deciding if I want blush or not. And I'm using the lighter one to add more shine. I also want to add the Fenty Beauty Royal Icing Diamond Balm. I bought this recently because I love the way that the How Many Carats looks. Like the shimmer is just so fine, but it's like white, and so I don't feel like it goes with my skin that well. I've always wanted something that's closer to my skin tone, and this one is perfect. So I'm gonna use some of that on top of the highlighter to give it kind of that shimmery effect. And I'm also going to use this on my décolletage because I'm going to be wearing something that's like deep cut. So I'm just going to apply this all over. Okay, so I'm gonna finish lips and eyes off camera and I'll come back to show you the finished look. And this is the finished look. The lipstick I'm wearing is the Black Moon Cosmetics Grave lipstick. I don't normally pair brown with black, but I kind of wanted to today. Not quite sure why, but I think it works. I hope that kind of summed up everything. I hope I'm not forgetting anything. I'm sure I am, but I hope I'm not. And I'm excited to be back. I hope you guys have been well. I missed you all. I'm happy to be back. And as always, thank you so much for watching. Thank you to all my patrons who support me. Thank you guys for still being here after all this time that I've been away, and I'll see you next time. Bye.